Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today what we're gonna make is a butternut squash recipe. It's gonna be kind of like a casserole. So what we're gonna use are very simple ingredients. We're gonna use the butternut squash. We're gonna use mozzarella cheese, tomatoes, garlic, and onion. Also for our seasoning, we're gonna put salt, pepper, olive oil, and basil. So it's really a basic ingredients. It's not that complicated. It does take a little bit of time to cook just because the butternut squash is really tough, so we need it to be really mushy. So here we go, we're gonna get started right now. What we're gonna do here is you want to cut the top of the squash just to get it out of the way. And what we're gonna do is then slice the pumpkin, or the squash, sorry, we're gonna slice it in half. I'm not really sure if the chef knife is the best knife for this task, but that is the biggest knife that I do have. So if you find one that works better for you, go ahead and use it. But you see that it's really tough to cut through it. It's very hard. If you've ever cut potatoes, raw potatoes, it's just like that. So as you see here, cutting the squash in half is probably the hardest part about this recipe. Everything else is very easy, I promise. It's just this little part that we have to get through to get to the great part. So make sure that your oven is ready at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna season it and then throw it in the oven, okay? So right now we're just gonna add our olive oil, spread it kind of all the way on top. We're adding our salt. And then next we are adding our black pepper. Now, it's okay if it's not just right with the seasoning yet, because you can still fix it later on. And here we're just spreading it around. Make sure the whole squash gets it. So make sure your oven is ready at 400 degrees and you want to put it for 40 to 45 minutes, but also check on it if it's ready. What you want to do is dice all of the ingredients that you have. This could be depending on how you like it to be cut. Of course, your garlic is going to be cut smaller. I like my tomatoes to be that size specifically, but it's really up to you. You may have noticed that I added mushrooms, and that was not in the original recipe, but I just wanted to add them. All right, so I'm going to put the garlic first, then the onions, then the tomato, then the mushroom on the stove. Put a little bit of oil, and yeah. I'm putting the garlic first. Make sure that you have your pan oiled so it can do its job correctly. And you want to wait a couple minutes so you can see it, a little bit sizzling. Sizzling. So, and in maybe like 30 seconds, we can start adding our onions. But since I really can't wait, I'm going to start now. So I'm just going to put them in. You can't really smell it from your view, but I can. We're putting the tomatoes, and then we want to keep them here until the juice starts to really come out. So we're just gonna kind of leave them on for a bit. So now we add the mushrooms and just kind of let it all sit there.
Are you on the basil?
We can have the basil.
Like you might as well.
This is what the mixture looks like. It's really beautiful. I think I'm gonna add water here. Here we have maybe the second hardest part of this recipe, and it is separating the squash from its skin. It did occur to me after I finished this recipe that I could have just peeled the skin off first before cooking it, but I was also following the recipe from Tasty. I am gonna put the link below, of course, so you can see this is not my original recipe. I did take it from Tasty, but it's really good. So if you guys want to do that, maybe for next time, peel your squash first, then put it, or maybe boiling it and then baking it at the finale, because we're still going to bake it again. Now we're going to mash everything together. So now that we mashed everything and mixed it, you put one layer of mozzarella cheese, and then we're going to put this second layer on top here. After that, we're going to do a second layer and top it off with cheese. Of course, this part is optional. It's only if you want. You want to put this back in the oven because you want all your cheese to melt. So you want to put it for maybe like 15 minutes and just check up on it. This is the final product and I'm really happy with how it looks like. Of course, you can modify it like I did, add extra cheese or add mushrooms like I did, or you can follow the recipe exactly. I am going to put it down. I'm going to put the link down under and also all the steps. The recipe is supposed to be for spaghetti squash, but of course, like I said, I improvised and because I only had the butternut squash. You can do either, but this is showing you everything. I use the same measurements that are in the recipes, so it is easier for you guys to see. Happy Halloween! I hope you guys liked this video and enjoyed watching this recipe. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you do decide to make the recipe, let me know how it goes. Let me know if you liked it, what you changed about it, and all of that. See you guys later.